We're honored to be here today. My name is Walter Day. Some people refer to me as the father of esports because I have this long history, this long legacy of organizing competitive, almost professional video game playing over the last 40 years. And we're here in Fairfield with John Grunwald, who's the IT director of the Fairfield High School, the Fairfield Community School District. And we're going to talk about esports in Fairfield, because esports in Fairfield are becoming a very big deal. In fact, they're becoming such a big deal that this esports organization that's being created at Fairfield High School is incorporating other states and becoming a national phenomenon. So most people don't realize in town that Fairfield High School has an esports arena. It has an arena where the students actually compete, not quite professionally, but academically they compete for laurels, and also the win berths, potential berths, in college esports programs, where they can actually win and earn a scholarship playing esports at a local university, or maybe even a national university. So John, tell us about how it's going on.
Well, it all started in 2018. I had heard about esports, but I really didn't know what it was. I had played some video games when I was younger, but I didn't know anything about what esports was. So I looked into it and found out it was competitive video gaming. And at homecoming that year, as they were announcing the court and stuff, they were announcing, oh, this person plays Fortnite with their friends, and this one plays Fortnite with the buddies, and over and over. And I thought, there's something to this. And I was talking with some other people in the district, and we realized that we've got the people that may be successful in the athletic events, or in speech, or in drama, or band or choir. And then we've got people that don't necessarily fit into either one of those, and they didn't have a place at the school to get together and call their own. So by coming up with an esports club, it gave some other people a reason to come to school, and a place to come together at school, and a place to build relationships. We went to another school in the area to see theirs, and at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Friday morning with no school, there were like 14 people waiting at the door to be let in and play. And we recognized that this could build relationships between students that might not normally interact in the hallways or get together and talk. And from there, we started to build the program. And at any time in the year, we've got about 30 active people. Some people take a season off or whatever. But at any point during the year, there tends to be about 30 active people. And I know some people don't understand the idea of playing video games at high school. You know, why? But for me, it's not about the idea of playing the games. It gives them that place to come together, gives them a way to build relationships. We have seen students that have a new desire to be at school because they've got this going for them. And we've seen some attendance increase. We've seen some grades increase. Plus, this is becoming so huge beyond high school, in college, and even professionally, that these students can now get scholarships. And students that might not have been athletically eligible for scholarships or fine arts eligible for scholarships now have an avenue that they can go to school and get money for that and help them accomplish things they wouldn't have accomplished. Last year we had a student sign a letter of intent to play esports at a college with a scholarship. We've got 2 of them so far this year with another 2 possibilities, and they are getting opportunities that they would not have had if we wouldn't have provided this avenue, if we wouldn't have provided this open door for them to walk through. And it's been really cool too, because we've seen some of these relationships build. There are students who have been on stage with the play that maybe wouldn't have been that way before, but because of the relationships they built while being in the arena, while playing on these teams, got them to that point.
It's so interesting. Most of the viewers out there probably don't realize that a football player, a basketball player, a baseball player, they have their strength of their body, they have their size, they have their athletic skill set. Whereas most esports players may not have an athletic skill set, but they do have eye-hand coordination, and they have fast reaction time, and they also have smart brains. So using those skills in the esports realm, they can become competitors in just as genuine a way as athletes who are on football and baseball and basketball teams. So it's a very interesting opportunity for a lot of people to perform in a sport who normally would not excel at a sport. So it's a very, very remarkable phenomena. And that's why esports teams are becoming a huge deal, a huge phenomena. And that's why colleges, because they're recognizing the phenomena, are giving people scholarships.
Yes. And, you know, there are other things that, say, the quarterback of the team has. There's some intellectual things. They can strategize. How are you going to take on the opposing team? You know, how are you going to pivot if something else changes? And our students see that in the games. They work as a team. They have to collaborate. They have to strategize. They have to be able to work as that team to be successful. So some of those same things that the captain of the basketball team might have, or the captain on the volleyball team, or the quarterback, or whoever in some of those other sports, even though the esports doesn't have that physical side, there are a lot of those skills that they build on, those 21st century skills for communication and collaboration and strategic thinking that they can work on. And even besides that, there are other things that we do too with our esports program, such as shoutcasting. That is the announcing. Like if you're watching Monday Night Football and they've got the announcers calling the game, our students can shoutcast and tell you what's going on in those games. So we put them in front of cameras like this, and they get that announcing ability. We were just at the state tournament last month, and a couple of our kids got asked to go ahead and shoutcast, and they did such a good job. We have colleges wanting to talk to them about scholarships to do that. Or even the video production side. We've got people that might be able to come into a studio such as this and be able to run the equipment and create content. And they get hands-on experience from doing that in our esports room or as part of our club.
So essentially they're getting first-hand, real-life experience in broadcast journalism.
Yes.
So that's very incredible. But you know what's really amazing is how this is being embraced by the whole student body. The rest of the students aren't thinking this is weird. They're thinking this is wonderful. In fact, recently when the local Fairfield High School team won the state championship, and then they showed the footage of them winning to the entire student body roared with approval when some of the scores were made by the Fairfield High School team.
Yep.
They were very, very appreciative and really into it. They were into it the same way as if someone had scored a touchdown in football.
Yeah, it's been very interesting while we're live streaming, because sometimes we live stream from the next room, and while the kids are playing and they've got headphones on, but they're just chattering and talking and shouting things to each other. And when a big play happens, you hear the room erupt and you hear it echo down the hallways. I've had staff members that are in the school after school while they're playing or they're practicing, and they hear those cheers and they hear that excitement. It's really interesting to see that and be a part of that. And at the same time, you know, they're talking to each other, they're communicating, they're using terms and things from the games that I don't even know. And it sounds like they're speaking French or something, but those kids know what they're talking about. And to hear them talk about even the history of the characters, the wealth of knowledge that comes out of these games that they can take with them and they can build on, they can write about, they can create other games, they can create stories, they can create art from the history of the characters even, has just been incredible.
It's an amazing process to watch the actual process, the basic process of creative intelligence getting tweaked and getting groomed and getting developed as they play these games and they relate to each other playing these games. So it's very amazing. But here's the thing that's really amazing to me. Fairfield High School is proving that it's not just an average high school. Fairfield has actually gone into the outside environment and positioned itself as a national service provider, honoring state associations from other states by making an annual awards ceremony. What do we call that award ceremony again?
The Walter Day National High School and Collegiate Esports Ceremony.
Okay, I forgot that. And essentially, we're now entering our third year of doing this award ceremony. And essentially, the people who are the state contest winners, this year was 6 different states, last year was 4 different states, and we expect many, many more states to join for the next year, the third year, which will be in February of 2024. Essentially, those champions, who are state champions in their different respective states, they will receive an actual custom-made collectible trading card that honors them or honors their team, and be honored with an award in an actual award ceremony up on the stage at Fairfield High School. So Fairfield High School has distinguished itself as being a leader of the national esports industry, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of John, because John is the spark behind it all that's making it happen.
Part of what that came from is the fact that we were building esports here, and our students were getting some success. But even when we watched the footage from the state tournament, some of the students didn't know what it was about, and they talked to our players afterwards, and they're like, boy, now I see what you're talking about. 2 words: celebrate and elevate. And there wasn't much of a space to elevate and celebrate the high school accomplishments in esports. So in conjunction with the International Video Game Hall of Fame and you and I, we decided we wanted to find a way to elevate those students, not just in Fairfield, but in our state. And not just in our state, but in other states also. And just like we opened the doors for our students to get scholarships, if we are recognizing the state champions in other states, that may open doors for them too within their own regions, allowing those students a chance to improve their lives and go on, maybe if they never even thought about going on to college in the first place. So for that, we are providing those avenues through something that people maybe never thought would have made sense. But hopefully from this today, they'll understand that it's not just about playing games. It's about building their intelligences. It's building collaboration, cooperation, strategic thinking, being able to pivot and problem solve, getting those hands-on experiences through video production or announcing, and building those skills that they could use beyond their high school career and help to lead them down other pathways.
It's a great thing that's being developed by Fairfield High School. As it stands right now, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and California have all embraced this project, and now students in these different states have trading cards that they're very proud of. And it's a very beautiful thing, because what we're doing is we're taking their accomplishments and turning them into things to be proud of. Because before these trading cards were available, I don't think that they were able to define essentially the success of their accomplishments as much as they are now, by having trading cards and then also framed awards that was applied by Fairfield High School. So I'm very impressed with the whole process, and I look forward to what John and his staff can accomplish in this coming year as more and more states join this whole phenomena and become part of this annual, interstate celebration.
It's also been interesting as we spoke to some of the old school gamers, because even though they played when they were younger, they didn't necessarily understand all of esports, but they are recognizing this too, and they are speaking with our kids and letting them know, take this, use this, because they are allowed to do things at school and open doors that they might have gotten in trouble for when they were in high school. They were told not to go to the arcades and things, but now our students are being recognized for this, and they're fully behind that. So it's been a great experience so far, and I hope that it continues that way. I thank Walter for his help in creating those cards. I thank the International Video Game Hall of Fame and the Iowa High School Esports Association that helped me get my start too. And thank you to Fairfield and Fairfield High School and everybody who supports us. So hopefully we will continue our winning ways. We'll continue to elevate and celebrate, and bring all kinds of opportunities to all of our students.
Just one last thought. To me, one of the most interesting things is to see the happiness and excitement in the parents of the students as they win. The parents are big supporters of this, in the same way they'd be the support of a star football player or a star basketball player. So it's definitely a family thing.
Yes. Thank you very much for watching and giving an ear to esports in Fairfield and the nation.
Thank you.